Hey guys, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're old here, welcome back. Today I'm going to be telling you a story about the time that I puked all over myself at a concert. Warped Tour was me and my friend Tiffany's favorite event. We literally waited all year for this day. We would count it down, we were so excited for Warped Tour. I woke up that morning and I felt like it was almost like Christmas morning. I had such a nervous stomach that I couldn't really eat, I wasn't that hungry, but we had stopped and gotten McDonald's hash browns and we stopped and got water. We got dropped off at Warped Tour. We immediately go to the stage board. It has the band name and what time they play and what stage they're on. So we see that one of our favorite bands, Of Mice and Men, was playing right then, 10:30, right when the doors open. So we rushed to the stage, and I'm telling you, it was the main stage. It was a huge stage. We get right up front, and it's hot out, it's gross, it's muggy, it's disgusting. And we're waiting there for an hour. I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking hot, let's hurry up. Of Mice and Men, get on the fucking stage. Then all of a sudden Of Mice and Men comes and they're all set, they're setting up, everybody is super amped up. And this is one thing I hate about concerts, is that when you go to a concert and you're waiting for the artist to come on, the littlest sign of them coming on, people are like, ah, and push you up to the front. So they started seeing the band coming on and everyone started pushing us, sweaty men included. It was disgusting, and it's so hot, everyone's sweating, everyone's dying. We're packed like sardines in sweaty Floridian heat. It was so gross, and I was almost panicking. It's really hot, I can't really breathe, I'm freaking out, and Of Mice and Men comes on and everyone's screaming and pushing me, and I'm there's so much chaos, there's noise, da-da. So I'm oh fuck, I'm gonna throw up, there's no, I'm claustrophobic, I'm dying, I'm going to throw up. And I'm looking around me and I'm alright, I'll crowd surf out and I'll get out and I'll puke behind wherever I was gonna go. So all of a sudden, right as I was about to be hey, put me up, to crowd surf, Austin Carlisle starts to say, everybody get down on your knees and say this, whatever. I don't even know what he was doing. He was just let's chant this something with me, get on your knees. So the whole crowd, when I tell you the whole crowd gets on their knees, and I'm there's everyone's standing, and I'm just help me, I need to get out of here, help. And I'm jumping over people they're dead bodies or something. It was a fucking horror show. And finally everyone starts to stand up and they're pushing people, it's a fucking disaster, it's chaos. And I looked to the strongest guy. That's usually what you do when you crowd surf. You look around to find the strongest dude, and you're just hey, put me up, I want to crowd surf. So I said to this guy, hey, put me up, and he throws me up, and no pun intended. He throws me up, and I'm crowd surfing out, and I'm just oh, holding my stomach, holding my mouth, I'm about to puke. The security guard gets me, and the second he drops me down, I'm spewing throw up, just disgusting out of my mouth. And I'm in between, so there would be a gate, a little gap in between the gate and then the stage. So if I'm looking at the stage, it's the fence, gap, and then stage. And the gap is where the security guards are, and if you crowd surf, that's where they bring you down. So I'm throwing up all between the gap. And there's just people are looking at me, they're oh, look at her, she's puking, oh my god, look at that girl, she's fucking throwing up, what a fucking baby. And I'm oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. And there's these security guys watching me, and they're not doing anything, and I'm this little 15-year-old girl puking everywhere. You'd think that they would be oh honey, let me help you, da-da. Nobody helped me. I'm looking around, I'm by myself, I find the first aid tent. So I'm okay, first aid tent, that'll help me. I stand in front of a fan and I'm drinking water, and one of the EMTs is talking to me. He's what happened? Da-da. I'm I don't know, I just puked, I don't feel good. I think I didn't eat this morning. I only ate a hash brown, I didn't really eat that much. And he's okay, just relax, here, drink some water and be in front of the fan. I'm okay, cool. And all of a sudden I just start to get like more sick. Like I did not feel good. And so I puked again, and the officer's like, oh, we gotta take you to the emergency room. Like, you're dehydrated, you're gonna die. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to the ER. I am staying in Warped Tour, and I'm gonna still party and do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not going to the ER. I'm fine, even though I just puked twice. So he's like, how old are you? And I was like 15, 16 years old. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna call your mom and let her know where you are. Like, trying to make it seem like she didn't know where I was. Like, she knew where I was the whole time. She dropped me off there, actually. He called my mother and was like, hey, we have your daughter here at Warped Tour. She is puking. We want to take her to the emergency room, but she's refusing to go. So we don't know what to do. Like, give your consent, basically. My mom's like, well, I mean, if she's fine, then I guess she's fine. Like, let her go. So he gets off the phone with my mom and he's like, well, I guess your mom said it's fine. And I was like, okay, like, sick, cool. And I'm like totally snapped out of it. I'm fine. So over the rest of the day, I'm like super just like nauseous, like not feeling good at all, which is not the best place to be at Warped Tour when it's like super hot outside and you're like dying of heat. I actually did end up like throwing up again at like the end of the day. I got like really like too hype. This is the reason I don't like concerts. Like I think I love like seeing bands live and stuff, but I can't do crowds. Like crowds just like bring me back to the time. There was another time that I puked at a concert too, and I don't know. I can't do concerts very well. Not for me. I cannot do like crowded concerts. Like I can't. I'll puke on everything I love. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming out. And if you'd like to follow my social media accounts, I have Instagram, Twitter, Phhhoto. Everything's going to be linked down below. So, I just want everyone to know that right behind this camera is an elephant like. It's just like elephants are like my spirit animal. No, honestly, if I had a spirit animal, it would probably be a dolphin, because I feel like I'm a dolphin in like another life or something. That's why my name is Bottlenose, if none of you understood that. I really like dolphins. People have recognized me in public and they're like, are you Bottlenose? And I'm like, that's me. Like, what's up, dude? Tip! Do you want to be in my extras? One moment. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I fucking found out what it is.
It's a fungi.
Yeah, it's a fungus all over my body.
That's disgusting. Don't touch me. Gross.
Yeah, that's true.
It's because you're a fucking mushroom.
I'm a mongrel.
You're a mongoose.
Wait, that makes no sense.
Mongoose live out here in these wildlife, boy.